Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com, and I want to talk about dealing with treatment fatigue. The one I wanted to really bring up is a tool, and I consider this a tool, is energy drinks. I wanted to use energy drinks as a way to show you that this may or may not be a route that you want to take. I believe there are other ways that work really well, if not better, to really up your energy levels when you are feeling just sluggish and not really motivated to do anything. Now, I went down to my local 7-Eleven and purchased 8 different type of energy drinks, but I bought the specific no sugar kind. The reason is I believe all of you out there agree with me that sugar is a bad ingredient that you don't want to be consuming as you are going through cancer and as a survivor, and even just trying to cut down on sugar, period, because as we all know, cancer feeds on sugar. But what a lot of people don't understand is the rest of the cells in your body also feed on sugar as well. What ends up happening is your body metabolizes the sugar into glucose, and that's how your cells are able to feed themselves through that process. And your body also takes food and other things that you consume and turns them into glucose as well. The thing is you don't want to get too much glucose going in your body, because then you start dealing with insulin resistance, and that can be a problem. So I wanted to do this for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to get sport drinks or these energy drinks, and I ended up going through the entire ingredient list on each one, and I actually made a spreadsheet of all the different ingredients for these particular energy drinks. Now, they range from Rockstar to Monster, Reign, Red Bull even, and then some other ones that aren't so known, like Uptime, this Triton one, Bang, and even a bubbly with caffeine, which is actually a newer product. I wanted to just put the spreadsheet together and just see how much stuff is in these. I will say right off the bat, seeing this, that not everything in here is bad for you. There's a lot of B vitamins, there's amino acids, and there are some other sweeteners in here that you have to be aware of and be cautious of. Now, I've broken it down into about 12 of these ingredients that include certain sweeteners and also preservatives that my gut is telling me that you don't really need to have. To start off, the 2 most important ones that you are looking at that are no sugar sweeteners are acesulfame potassium, or ACE-K, and that is a type of sweetener, and the other one is sucralose. Now, both of these have the potential of also breaking a fast, and you want to be careful because that will increase your insulin and over time could produce more insulin resistance and make your body a little bit more susceptible to type 2 diabetes. That also means that it could cause other problems as a cancer patient and a cancer survivor. Now, I believe that some of these can be used as a tool if you're just really feeling blah and don't have any motivation and are really having a hard time trying to deal with the fatigue. I have moments where I don't want to get out of bed. Even if it's sunny out, I'm just unmotivated. So these have been a tool, and I want to remind you all that this is a tool, not a lifestyle. These energy drinks, and I have a number of them here. I have like this Triton. I do have a little Red Bull. I'll be real honest with you, I've never liked the taste of Red Bulls. They also put aspartame in Red Bull. Aspartame has been known to cause cancer in lab mice. Again, that's one of those sweetener things, and aspartame itself is a synthetic sweetener that is, hundreds of times more sweet than sugar in itself. One of the most widely used preservatives is citric acid. Now, citric acid is a naturally occurring acid, and it helps bring out a lot of the tartness in drinks, and you can find it naturally within like lemons and limes. They're very, very heavy in citric acid. Now, there's 2 sweeteners that I don't know a lot about, and I'm doing some research on, and that's erythritol and inositol. And I'm not 100% sure why they would add these in there. And a lot of these drinks are proprietary and they are also patented. So you can't copy these because this is big business. This is multi-billion-dollar business here. And something that you need to be careful of is the natural and artificial flavors. Natural flavors, they say, can be, things like your lemon, your limes. There can be natural extractions that they can put in there to help flavor stuff. But the artificial side of things, what does that mean? What does artificial flavoring mean? That makes me very suspicious of what that ingredient is that they're putting in there. So there are 4 potassium ingredients that I kind of question. Now, I can understand why they put this in there, and that is to add potassium, but potassium can be used as a preservative. Potassium can add shelf life and mask flavors, and also it can be used as a coagulant as well. So that's kind of suspect to me. They can also prevent molds and fungus growth as well. So I can kind of understand that, and that just makes it scary for me to even want to put that in my body. There's also some sodium benzoate in there too. And then some of them add a little bit of xanthium gum. Now that's kind of a weird one because it's an additive that is also made out of sucrose or glucose. So you have to sometimes question why they put these in there. And a lot of it is because they are taste tested and certain ingredients help make the product taste better. By going through this, I've learned a lot more about what type of energy drinks I should and shouldn't have and shouldn't use. And I've always been someone that finds it's important to not get products that are very ingredient heavy, if that makes sense. I would say the one that makes the best cut out of all of them is bubbly. It's just got caffeine in it and it's pretty simple. Big thing for me is the carbonation. I like the carbonation and it helps quench my thirst and everything else, and it gives me a little bit of a boost up as well. But some of these taste really good, except for the Red Bull. Sorry guys. They're kind of tough to say no to, but these ones that I have here are all sugar-free, but they all have sweetener in them, so you have to be kind of cautious of that because the sweeteners that they add, they may not have the chemical breakdown as sugar, but they have similar effects to what sugar does in the body. So these are some of the reasons why it is important to treat these energy drinks as tools, because it is really easy to go overboard with the energy drinks and to feel like you just want to keep going and going and going. There is a possibility that the amount of caffeine in these could make it a little bit more difficult for you to sleep depending on when you consume one of these. And you just need to be careful with the pure amount of caffeine in all of them. For example, the Mayo Clinic recommends you don't have more than 400 milligrams of caffeine throughout the entire day, and that's for us adults. This one here has 300 milligrams of caffeine in this can. So that kind of tells you just how dangerous they can be and to be very cautious of which energy drink you're having. And this one has 200 milligrams of caffeine. That Triton one that I just showed you is half of your daily allowance of caffeine in one can. So that's something to just be really wary about. It might come across as I am a believer in just not having them at all. And there's a bit of truth to that. I don't think they are the best thing to consume every day. But when you are really battling fatigue and you are having a hard time really getting out of that, what feels like a rut or that funk, and just you want to feel a little bit of energy again, I think it's okay to enjoy a little bit of this occasionally. I have used one from the Monster that I just really enjoy the taste of, and I'm doing my best to not partake in them too much because it can be a little bit much. So yeah, so that's really the thing I wanted to talk about, is read the list, and I will make this spreadsheet available to you guys if you want to look at it. And these are for, like I said, the 8 different ones that I was able to get just down at my local 7-Eleven down the street from me. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please hit me in the comment section below and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you. I appreciate your time in watching the videos, and I will see you on the next video.